Okay, so it's available for
and
you.
I'm not talking about from us. I mean, I'm talking about the marketplace. I don't have any of 68s for sale.
Okay, so now we're moving right along to the 15 years of the SMint Prestige Proof sets. So these are the Prestige Proof set with the 3-piece 76 silver set. Just threw that in there. $600 off our HSN price. Very exciting. It's amazing because it's temporary. That's only temporary. It is on price break. And then I only have 9 of these available.
9 sets, yeah.
9 sets.
I think we had about 60 or 80 of these, something like that, about 2 weeks ago. I've aired them a couple of times. They are tremendously popular. The Prestige Proof set has been one of my favorite proof sets for many, many, many years. And one of the big reasons is the rarity. I mean, I love rarity. I love scarcity. I love that type of thing. And when it comes to, in terms of mintage, that rarity, there's nothing in the modern issue that really starts to approach as a set that approaches the Prestige Proof set. It was only made from 1983 until 1997. 1997 was the very last year of issue. The 1996 is particularly rare. As a matter of fact, if you go to hsn.com, we sell many of the sets individually.
Okay.
With that, and understand, I think individually they are more than the $2,400 that we have here, and they're quite easy to sell individually. The 1996 set, I believe, is about $400 by itself, just for the 96. Now, if we do the math on this right now, we have 15 sets. Is that correct? Yeah, we're going to have 14, we have 14 sets that we're going to have right here. So if you look at these, it's about $130 or $140 a set, right around there. Any of these I sell individually, it's quite easy to sell at $130 or $140 a set. And the reason is each one of these sets has got a silver dollar in it. Now remember, I sell the United States current year of issue Silver Eagle for $139.95, 140 bucks. Every one of these is significantly rare. As a matter of fact, I'm going out on a limb here and say if you take the mintage of every single one of these combined, it's rarer than the 2013 United States American Silver Eagle. Wow. Yet I'm selling you these for the same price. So if you add all these together, I only got 8 sets now left. So we start in 1983 with the Olympic coin. Now, as you can see, you have the regular issue proof set from 1983 and then the silver dollar that comes with this, okay? Then they do the same thing in 1984, and they do them in these little kind of plastic wallets with that. And then in 1986, the United States government, they didn't make a commemorative dollar in 1985, so they didn't do a prestige proof set. The government upped the ante. And this is one of the reasons I love them. I mean, this is a beautiful set of coins. It has this look where it looks like a book. It's this beautiful velour with this pewter on it. And so you've got this. And then you've got the Statue of Liberty dollar, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty right here. And then there's also a commemorative half dollar. Some of the years, I think 8 of the years, actually have a commemorative half dollar as well. Interestingly enough, in this one, this is the Statue of Liberty looking back onto the New York skyline. On here, it is the Statue of Liberty, if we flip over here, looking from Ellis Island back into New York, where the Statue of Liberty is over here, then Ellis Island's right there. So you've got that, and then right here you've got give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Inscription on the Statue of Liberty that's in New York Harbor right there, and so you've got that. Then as we move forward here, you're going to see the 1987 Constitution dollar, the 200th anniversary of the Constitution, another Olympic dollar. Right here, and what I did is I picked all the sets that have commemorative silver dollars in them, and that's why I included this. The 3-piece bicentennial was the first set with a commemorative silver dollar in it. And so that is the bicentennial proof coin in silver. By the way, the half dollar and quarter are silver as well. So let's move on. And then we're going to have this one right here. Oh, sorry about that, guys. We go right to the middle. Let's go, keep going to the middle. We're going to go down all the coin rows here. We're going to have the sesquicentennial of Congress. Okay. Right there, so 150th anniversary. You have the birth of Dwight David Eisenhower. Then you've got the 1992 set right here, which is an Olympic set. That is the Nolan Ryan coin. And people are going, what do you mean, the Nolan Ryan coin? I'll explain that to you here in a minute. I know it's illegal to have a living American on an American coin. I remember from our last presentation. But that is the Nolan Ryan coin. Probably my favorite coin set of the bunch right here. If it's not my favorite, it's either this one or the 95. This is the Mount Rushmore coin right here. And here's the Mount Rushmore half dollar. But more importantly to me, the only Buffalo half dollar ever made by the United States government is this coin right here that you see. So you've got the commemorative dollar and then the commemorative half dollar from that set. I'm going to put it back. And then we go over to the far row down there. We're going to have the James Madison. Then we're going to have the World Cup from '94 that you're going to have right there. Very popular coin. And then this one is the Civil War commemorative from 1995, which also, these all include half dollars. The last coins all include half dollars in that. And then the 96 Olympic coin, which is the key to this collection. Like I said, if you go to hsn.com and look them up individually, that is the set right there. That is the tough one, that half dollar and dollar coin selling for, in 70, this coin sells for thousands of dollars right here. And then 1997, the very last one, which is the Botanic Gardens dollar set. I remember selling that set by itself for $300 or $400 not too long ago. So I want to go back real quickly to the Nolan Ryan coin. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about the value of the whole set. And people are saying, I say, this is Nolan Ryan. They go, well, it's illegal to have a living American on a United States government-issued coin. Folks, that's Nolan Ryan. That's that. Well, how do you know that? Well, I have right there a picture of Nolan Ryan's 1991 baseball card. I would like for you to compare the two pictures.
And what year is that set from?
This is 1992.
Interesting.
So this is 1991, and this is 1992. Now, you tell me those are two different pictures. Folks,
they're never going to say it is.
If it's not Nolan Ryan, it's Nolan Ryan's 1991 baseball card. I can tell you that right here, right now. Every fold of the uniform, the glove, the laces of the glove, the seam of the ball, the way the hat, the expression, every single part. So this becomes, because of this, it is one of the most popular sets that I have ever sold. And when I sell that individually, it's I put it up, I can sell 100 or 200 or 500 or however many of them I have. I can sell those instantaneously at about $139 a coin. Now, on top of that, you get all of the regular issue proof coins. So over there in front of you, Leslie Ann, you've got like the 95, that Kennedy half dollar alone in this 95 set right here. This one right here is $53.50. The Kennedy half dollar, that's $56.50. The Kennedy half dollars in here are hundreds of dollars. But here's the key to it. You're going to get 23 commemorative dollars or commemorative half dollars. Okay, by definition, they are substantially and significantly rare. And you're owning those for about $79.95 a piece. For about $79.95 a piece, you are going to own United States government. And the silver dollars are silver, folks. The commemorative half dollars are commemorative half dollars that are only from these years and these sets. Every one of them in their own original government packaging.
That's right. Every
single one of them with all the boxes and certificates of authenticity that you're going to see. Here's the 1986 box that you have right here. A set that I've taken, and while these sets are significantly rare in and of themselves, I've broken up tens of thousands of them to get the commemorative dollars and half dollars out of them. Here's the certificate of authenticity from the United States Mint right here on the 1986 set. The other thing that I like about this, it is absolutely positively complete. So it is every one of the prestige proof sets that has ever been done by the United States government. So that is critical and crucial importance. And at this special pricing you see here, I've got 8 sets now remaining. I've got 8 sets now remaining when I have these at this pricing. The prestige proof sets, like I said, a modern issue proof set, they're going to make 3 or 4 million of those sets, perhaps. In a very rare year, they might only make 1 million or 1.5 million sets. That 1996 set, I think they made about 50,000.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you talk about rarity, 50,000, that's the red one in front of you, right there. That set right there, they only made about 50,000 of those sets right there. Now, that puts that in terms of rarity about the 1995 10th anniversary United States government set. And that set right there, the 1995 set that they made 30-something thousand of, that set sells for about $6,000 to $10,000. That is basically the next rarest United States government issue proof set right there in your hands.
This one. That
complete set right there, that prestige proof set, which is why if you go to hsn.com right now, I think that set is about $400 or $450,
wow,
something like that. If you just go to Prestige Proof Sets, you can click on them year by year by year if I have them listed individually on there. We sell them out all the time individually. And individually, they are significantly more than $1,799.95. So your opportunity to get all of them at $1,799, like I said, a very nice little $600 savings, or as I like to say, save a car. You know, not a good one.
Not a good one.
I saw one the other day, for sale, $600 the other day.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't a great car, but it was driving down the road.
I was going to say,
so
you don't know how long it's going to last, but it's going to work for a little bit. Okay, so an exceptional opportunity for you today. At that $600 savings today, you're getting such a complete set, and these are all in their original U.S. government packaging. You get the certificate of authenticity. It really is for every type of collector, too, don't you find?
Yes, there's no doubt about this. It's for all the collectors, at least the kind of sophisticated collectors know that the prestige proof sets, and like I said, absolutely complete. 83 to 97, those are the only years they made them. They are spectacular. They are exceedingly rare, and like I said, you get silver dollars basically for less than basically less than $100 a piece if you value the other coins at all. You own commemorative dollars for less than $100, and you're going to get the 9 commemorative half dollars. It is a spectacular opportunity, whether it be coin by coin, set by set, rarity, completion, whatever it is. One of my all-time favorite collections.
Absolutely, and $600 savings today. So take advantage of that. But right now we're going to have a little